Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out a beginner's blues solo, complete with a turnaround and an intro. It's mostly using the minor pentatonic scale, but there's a couple of other little sneaky notes. As you progress along your guitar journey, you'll find that you kind of base things around scales, but you can add in plenty of other stuff if it sounds good. I'm going to break it down into little sections for you. The first bit we're going to look at, strangely, is the intro, which is a great little intro for this particular arrangement, but you could use it for any blues in the key of A. Okay, so we're starting with what essentially is a D7 grip, but with the first finger is going to be in the 8th fret. So the 8th fret of the 2nd string, first finger. Second finger is going down the 9th fret on the 3rd string, and third finger is going on the 9th fret on the thinnest string. This is actually an A7 chord. Another way of playing an A7. So we're going to play that twice, probably 2 downstrokes. And just playing those thinnest 3 strings. Then we're going to move it down 1 fret and do another 2 downstrokes. Move it down another fret and another 2 downstrokes. Then we're going to play, the first finger is going to bar the thinnest 2 strings at the 5th fret. And then we're going to play 8th fret on the 2nd string, followed by 5th fret on the 2nd string. You could use a little finger there, or your 3rd finger, it doesn't really matter. Now, first step would be just getting the chords right, getting the shape okay. You should be fairly confident with that if you've already checked out your D7. It's not a particularly hard shape. Once you've got the actual kind of the notes under your fingers, you need to start thinking about the rhythm. Now, this is actually starting on beat 2. So you're going to count 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then the rest of the blues song will start. Okay, so again, we're going to start on beat 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now, I want you to just stick with that, but if you're a bit more confident, you've done something like this before, you can muck around with these notes. Or you could do any order of those. As long as you stick with those notes, you could have a little bit of a play around and see if you can come up with something else. The next phrase we're going to look at is played over the A chord. It's 2 bars long. It goes like this. Okay, it's straight down the minor pentatonic, which I'm hoping you're familiar with a bit by now. First finger, 5th fret of the thinner string. Third finger or little finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. First finger in the 5th fret, still on the 2nd string. Continuing down the scale, 3rd finger, 7th fret on the 3rd string. First finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. We're going to play that twice before finishing on the note A, 3rd finger, 7th fret, 4th string. This is starting on beat 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and there with the first finger. That's on beat 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, try and keep that count. Keeping in time is really important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. The next phrase that we look at is kind of an answer to the first one. Pretty simple. So starting with the first finger, 5th fret, thinner string, 3rd finger or little finger on the 8th fret, same string, back to the first note, 8th fret on the 2nd string, and back again to the root note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's put those two together now. So 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, the chord changes to a D, so make sure that you're at that spot. If you happen to be jamming with somebody else, you want to hear that chord change, and then you know you're in the right spot. Next phrase goes like this. Okay, 7th fret on the 3rd string with the 3rd finger. Play it again, 1st finger, 5th fret, and then back. 1, 2, and 3, 4. The second half of the phrase starts exactly the same, but then we go 1st finger, 5th fret, 2nd string, 1st finger, 5th fret, 3rd string. So you've got to skip over there, and then we're finishing on our root note again, the 7th fret of the 4th string. That whole phrase together. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're just adding this little bit here. 1st finger on the 5th fret of the thinner string, either 3rd finger or little finger, doesn't matter, on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. It's just like a little thing, little answer in the gap there. So that 4 bars, which is where it moves to the D and then back to the A chord, is going to be this. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at the last 4 bars now, so the chords are going to be going E, D, A, and E for 1 bar each, and the lead guitar is going to play this. Okay, so we're starting 1st finger, 5th fret, 2nd string. Then 3rd finger or little finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string again. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now same as we had before. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, 7 or 3rd string. This is 7, 7, 5, 7, 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. Okay, so we've got here. We're going from the 7th fret with the 3rd finger, 1st finger playing the 5th fret, this is all on the 4th string, down 1 fret, down 1 fret, then we've got 4 picks there when the 1st finger reaches the 2nd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I would recommend that you practice each of the chunks individually before you start trying to piece it together. Once you're confident with all of the bits, have a go at playing it through and trying to keep the tempo as even as you can. Remember, ideally you want to play it with a backing track or another human being. So the first step to that is trying to keep the tempo as consistent as you can. Before you try playing it with a backing track, you want to be able to do it on your own and try and recognize if there's any bits where you may be slowing down a little bit, because a backing track won't stop. And, you know, you want to try and practice it with a consistent tempo, your own consistent tempo, registering where you might be a little bit wobbly. Practice those bits and then practice again playing the whole thing. So don't always feel like you have to practice from the beginning to the end. You want to just try that. And if there's a bit that's really difficult, go back and work on that one little bit and then go back to playing it all of the way through. So once you're confident with the bits, just have a go real slow, maybe 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. At this stage, you shouldn't worry too much about the picking. You can use all down picks. If you want to incorporate some upstrokes as well, that's totally fine. Doesn't really matter. Important things are trying to get the notes right, to pick the right strings and not let the open strings be ringing out all of the time and hitting the wrong ones, and making sure you stay in time. Now, that said, this is supposed to be an example of a blues solo. It's not really a set thing that you have to learn. If you want to play around with it a little bit, experiment by changing up the rhythm, adding in some extra notes, all of that sort of stuff is cool. In fact, it's to be encouraged, but I would recommend having a go at playing it as written first of all. Okay, let's have a go at playing it through at 60 beats per minute. The original is 94, so let's have a go at doing that now. So really important is that first stage of actually being able to play along at whatever tempo. Now 60 is kind of a good amount that you should be able to handle fairly confidently, fairly soon, but then you gradually want to work your way up to playing it at full speed. Now one thing that I want to mention that I noticed myself doing, that even though I'm trying not to, is adding things like vibrato and little curls on the notes, little inflections. I don't recommend that you start off exploring that sort of stuff. It could get a bit confusing. It's not something we've really covered yet. We will be covering it very soon. But I think a lot of people get hung up on that a little early and it can cause a few problems. So I would recommend just not worrying about it. Don't try and shake the guitar around and, you know, perhaps practice a technique the wrong way. Just try and get the notes right. Think about your touch. Think about your tone. Try and make it sound and feel as good as you can. Don't be afraid to experiment once you've got the original one down, and we're going to be talking about actually making up your own version, like properly improvising, very, very soon. The second guitar part is a 12-bar blues shuffle riff, which is something that we're covering in this lesson as well. So if you happen to have a jam buddy, a fantastic thing to do is to practice playing this. So one person's going to be doing the rhythm guitar, the 12-bar blues shuffle riff. The other person would maybe play this set solo, then improvise for a couple of rounds, and then you would swap over. For most beginners, that will involve stopping. As you get better, you might be able to find that you can, whoever's playing the lead guitar can kind of join in on the rhythm so it becomes seamless, but that's not something I would expect most beginners to be very comfortable doing. So it's okay to play for a little bit and then stop and take turns. Whatever you do, if you get into doing this playing with somebody else, make sure that you share out the soloing. Okay, nothing worse than when you have a jam with someone and they take a solo for ages and they don't want to play the rhythm part. That's not cool. So make sure you play even Stevens there. So if you take 4 times around doing a solo, then you make sure you play rhythm 4 times around for whoever it is that you're playing with as well. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. Loads of fun, and I'll see you for plenty more very soon. Y'all take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.